we see a television program, we're just seeing the decoded version of a vibrational field. Those newspapers and those television programs and news programs and all the rest of it, they are actually, quote, physical holographic representations of the prime reality, which is a vibrational field. It's at that level that manipulation we call subliminal, that manipulation we call lying to the people and all the rest of it actually happens. And so basically what they've done is pull a vibrational veil over us. And if you can make it powerful enough and dense enough, you focus people's sense of perception into such a narrow area that they disconnect from an awareness and therefore a deep effect in their perception of consciousness. You're isolating their point of observation into mind, and that's happening on a vibrational level, which then plays out in what we call the physical world. So what's vital, and this is why this information is so important, not just, I'll tell you what I've found. Nothing represents literally and symbolically the prison than the left brain, which deals in apartness, language, hierarchy, structure, and all this stuff. And the information about the 5 sense conspiracy, I've found, one of its great values is that it operates in a left brain realm when you're explaining how this and that and the other is connected to the same people, and they control that, and this is what they're doing, and these are the techniques they use. That's left brain information. Right. And when people say, oh, you shouldn't put out that information, it's negative, they don't understand that we're looking at a multi-level situation, therefore we have to deal with it on a multi-level basis. That means covering all bases, not just sitting cross-legged on a mountain.
Of course.
Now, what I've found over the years is that once the left brain, because symbolically I see, you know, you've got the left brain, which is what I'm talking about. You've got the right brain, which is a much more out there connection and sees everything in unity, the creativity. And then you've got the bridge, the corpus callosum, which ideally should be sharing information. So you've got a balance. You're in this world and of it, you know. But what the conspiracy does, again, it's all on a vibrational level that it goes in and then it plays out here, is they put symbolically soldiers on the door to the left brain. This is why, to progress within this society, one of the most effective ways is to keep passing exams and getting degrees and all this stuff, because that's an exam is, here's some left brain information, now give it me back on a paper telling me what I've told you to believe. Okay, you've done it very well, you've got a first-class degree, a first-class indoctrination often. Now what this conspiracy information on a 5 sense level does, it talks to the left brain in the language the left brain understands. And I've seen it over the time in my personal experience, and of course other people would have seen it. It starts to make the left brain change its sense of reality. And once it starts to change that, it starts to think, well, hold on a second. If everything I thought about the world here was wrong, and it's not like that at all, what the heck else is in this world is not like I thought it was. And I've seen this where people, once that left brain starts this process of withdrawing from a sense of it knows what's going on to I never knew, then it starts to move. And as it starts to move, it literally starts to open to other possibility. And then this movement between the hemispheres can start to happen. And I've seen people who would have laughed in my face about reality and all that stuff, who now encompass it because they went through the process of credible names, dates, places, 5 sense information, explaining logically why the world is not like they thought it was on a 5 sense level. Everything starts to move then. So you know, it's important that the deprogramming of people's manipulated sense of reality happens on multi-levels, not just kind of, you know, we must become spiritual, we must go within, you know. I mean, people say, oh, Alex Jones, he just frightens people and all that stuff. Well, hold on a second. You know, just hold on a second. You know what's negative? It's not information, it's ignorance. That's what's negative, ignorance. And if you want to be ignorant and therefore a manipulator's party trick, then you go ahead. And if you want to look at the information, the 5 cents information that I put out and Alex puts out and people like that and many others, and say it's negative, it's frightening. Well, the fact that you find it frightening instead of empowering because you now understand the game better and therefore you have more power to do something about it, then that is not a statement about those putting the information out. It's a statement about the way you're receiving it.
Exactly. Something that we liked very much was something that George Green said to us in our interview with us April last year. And he used the little analogy. He said, listen, if your car is on the railroad track and there's a train coming down and you don't know that, then, and I don't tell you, then he said, shame on me for not telling you, and shame on you for not knowing. And this is just a nice little way of encapsulating what you're saying.
Yeah, I have an analogy I use very similar to that. I talk about not the hurricane coming, what do you call them? The twisters.
The tornado.
The tornado, yeah. And the tornado's coming, but you have put your head in a bucket of sand because you don't want to face the fact that the tornado's coming. Now, you can hide from that for a while, but you're still there, and the tornado's still coming. And your bum is still in the air, and it's going to get smacked very shortly by a tornado. If you lift your head from the sand, face the situation that you're in, there's a tornado coming, now you have taken power back to yourself by saying, okay, I see the situation now, I can take avoiding action for my benefit.
Of course.
And this is why it's so important. And I hear people you might call New Age who talk about letting go of fear and taking your power back and come to this workshop and we'll show you how to do it. And then they say, oh, you mustn't talk about this conspiracy, it's too negative. And what happened to letting go of fear and all this stuff, you know? And what
these are the guys who hope that the angel Gabriel is going to come and save us. You know? Yeah, well, that doesn't work either.
Every level, it seems to me every belief system, every mind construct seems to have a version of the cavalry coming over the horizon. You know, okay, here's the cavalry, okay. Here's the cavalry, here's the cavalry, there's the cavalry. And we need to understand that, you know, because if we give our power away to other people, where do those other people actually, where do they actually stand physically as we give our power away to them? Out there, symbolically. So what we're doing is giving our power away into the illusion and then wondering why nothing ever changes. The whole conspiracy, or the foundation of the conspiracy, is to persuade 6 billion people to give their power away every day. And the power used to control this is the power these people are saying, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. Take it back, House of Cards comes down, because that's what it is. It's a House of Cards, and we're holding it together in here. We're constructing the House of Cards in here. Great news, we can bring it down in here.
Right, but I have to say that we're not only going to do that with the mind. That's what's really important here.
No, the mind plays it out. We're going to do it by becoming conscious. That's the point.
Absolutely, but also left brain, right brain. I want to address that a little bit because it's not enough to reconstruct reality based on saying getting to a place where you don't know, and then you're willing to open to a new construction of reality, such that you're going to play the game different, but you're still lodged in the left brain. You must bring in the holistic view, the view that encompasses the heart, that encompasses the female, which is the yin-yang side of things, because what we have here has been playing out for centuries is a really yang view of reality, especially on the western side of the world. And so what I have to say is, it's more than just reconstructing the left brain in a new way to play the game better, because that's actually cheating yourself on another level. So what you need is you need to grow and open the door between the left and the right brain such that there is a flow. And that means that you're talking about the heart, you're talking about senses that are beyond the five. And so you have to, what you had to do in your own exploration was you never would have gotten the information you wanted to get by staying in the left brain. It actually, as you said, you had physical sensations, they locked your feet, they gave you information that came out of nowhere. You couldn't make logical sense of it. It was, logic goes out the window. So left brain's gone. You know, even words are useless when you get into that place. So it's you must